The 60th anniversary of the March on Washington is sparking memories from Minnesotans who made the trek to the nation's capital to fight for civil rights.
Dr. Josie Johnson was part of that Minnesota group. Her 7 decades of fighting for voting, housing, education, and employment rights in the land of 10,000 lakes is legendary. WCCO's Reg Chapman sat down with the civil rights icon as she reflects on this historic moment.
It was a sense of being very special.
Dr. Josie Johnson says the diverse group of Minnesotans who made the trip to Washington, D.C. in 1963 were committed to driving change.
It meant that we were a part of what we considered a historical movement. So it was a great sense. Think of that. Nothing had been done like that before.
More than 250,000 descended on the Mall in the nation's capital to fight for civil and economic rights of African Americans, the largest event of its kind in our country's history, representing a bigger movement.
The thought that we were reaching out to the world and that people were going to join us in our great district of Washington to talk about, feel the love and commitment of freedom.
Dr. Johnson had already spent years working on fair housing and other legislative activity in Minnesota, and representing in D.C. helped fuel the work.
Many people didn't even know Minnesota or the struggle for justice and equality here. So it was an opportunity for us to join that national group of people expressing the need for justice and equal opportunity.
It was one of the first times people witnessed unity amongst various civil rights groups, and on that day, in August of 1963, Minnesotans joined them in the March for Freedom.
When you are there, you're no longer this small group from a state that very few people know. You walk out onto the Mall. I can remember that morning so well.
She hopes revisiting this important time in American history will encourage the next generation to continue the fight.
And how important it is to have policies at every level that reflects that history and the struggle of African American people, plus the positive results of it.
Reg Chapman, CBS News, Minneapolis.
Dr. Johnson is now 92 years old. Her accomplishments include work through the Minneapolis Urban League, the League of Women Voters, and the Junior Service League. Her book, Hope in the Struggle, details her story and advice on how to keep fighting for justice. And you can see more tonight in a CBS special report, Still Marching. You can watch it streaming on CBS News Minnesota at WCCO.com or Pluto TV at 7. She's certainly an impressive woman.
Yeah, 92 and going strong.
Done so much.
Well
yeah.
done.